Just saying. All right, what up? This is Jarrett.
This kills.
Back at again with another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. You guys joined for a good one with this one.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yo, so we watched the classic Welcome to the Chum Bucket and Frankendoodle.
Let's go.
Frankendoodle. There we go. So, Welcome to the Chum Bucket. When SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs are leaving from their work at the Krusty Krab, you know, Mr. Krabs is like, hey, I'm going to play, it's Thursday night, I'm playing, Plankton at poker. He sucks at it. So, he usually wins and makes out good every week. Except this week, where he loses because Plankton cheats, and we find that out later on. And he bet not money, not the Krusty Krab, secret formula. He bet SpongeBob's contract, his employment. What a risky move.
That's crazy.
Wow. You're
Not betting money is crazy.
No money. He's like, I don't want to spend the money.
Right,
I'll bet
exactly,
this dude.
exactly.
He's over here treating him his life like it's nothing. Like, this man.
Or maybe he was down to his last.
No. Well, he does go out of business. He puts a sign up at the end, so maybe.
Maybe he was down to his last and that's all he had.
See, that's the thing. Like, Mr. Krabs can't be that, broke, I would say.
Right.
He just, him saving his money like that. And I'm like, But to bet his contract, insane. So SpongeBob's obviously heartbroken, but Plankton's like, I'm going to capitalize on this opportunity and take, the person who literally makes the best Krabby Patties, the reason why Mr. Krabs is, successful in his business, and bring him over to my station. So Plankton then is like, okay, if I want to get the formula, I have to basically get on SpongeBob's good side. So he does everything from he gets him a stove or gets him an original grill.
Yeah.
This is the craziest one. Creates an exact replica of the Krusty Krab kitchen. And then from that point, it's just like...
That was impressive.
That's what I'm saying. At that point, it's like, no complaints. No complaints.
Oh my God, that was funny.
No. And then I think from that point, you just shenanigan things like the shoes, ice cream, a bath, reading him a bedtime story. And SpongeBob just takes advantage of it and...
Yeah, he became spoiled.
Yup, that's
he
the
became
word.
A spoiled
Perfect.
Teenage brat.
He was just over here like, nah, I don't feel like it half pint. I'm like, oh, half pint?
Bruh, that was hilarious.
And then the overarching thing is, if SpongeBob does not comply with Plankton, he's going to take his brain and put it in Plankton's robot. So, yeah. Now, you guys already know. I mean, we're going to get into favorite joke, but the meme worthy is pretty clear as day.
Yeah, we got to talk about it.
A stove is a stove, no matter where you go. Oh, Patty, sugar Patty, that's what I say. Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, man.
Without you.
That is SpongeBob's first introduction to Broadway. And SpongeBob is on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
If they don't have that song in SpongeBob on Broadway, it is a crime.
That would be a big old crime.
This kitchen's not the same without you. They had the star going and then the dust. It's just a girl. It's just a greasy spoon.
Yo, that's a classic.
Hands down.
That's meme worthy.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even. That's why I said if somebody,
that's part of the episode.
If somebody does not have that as meme worthy or one of the most iconic things, done.
Yeah.
There was a video from a couple years ago where somebody at a high school or something. Did you see that where they played that song as their he killed it.
I don't think so. I don't think I saw it.
He gave it some soul.
Okay.
Hands down. I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, hands down meme worthy. What a favorite joke, Keels?
Let's see. Yeah, when SpongeBob turns into a teenage brat. I don't really feel like it. And then when Plankton finally takes his brain and puts it in the robot, and then the robot is becoming a brat too.
Yup.
He's like, get welded.
Yo, and he has the oil. I don't wanna. Yo.
Right, so his plan is just, falling apart, really.
No, I think for me, for sure, when he's doing all the things to try and please SpongeBob, and he's reading a bedtime story, and the drool from his sleep goes on him.
Oh, God.
And he just, anytime Plankton freaks out, he pulled out a freaking, mallet hammer. He was like, steady, Plankton. He's just
he wanted to kill him.
He did. He was done. I don't know. Anytime Plankton is pissed off, I'm like, wow. Even when he was moving the grill, a little bit more, and then there was a whole minute sequence of him just moving the grill all around the thing for it to only end in the same spot that he started in. Perfect, right there.
Man.
Yo, I would have killed him too. But
he ended up giving him back.
He did. So yeah, he brought him back because Plankton got so tired of SpongeBob. He was like, listen, Mr. Krabs, you got to take him back. I don't care. I also cheated. Thank you for taking him back. Honestly, if Mr. Krabs is really dark, he would have let SpongeBob stay for a little bit longer to make Plankton.
To mess with Plankton?
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know. It would have been very dark, but I could see it. And shout out to Karen, the robot.
Yeah.
I don't know. She obviously she's a more prominent character in the later seasons.
Yeah.
But anytime they show her, I'm like, I don't know if they officially named her yet either.
I don't think so.
All right, but we all know it's Karen the robot.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Then what would you change?
I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything. This is a funny
Solid.
episode.
All right, and I'm in the same boat. Wouldn't change anything. So, any final thoughts before we get to?
No, let's get to
Bob. All right,
let's get to it.
Okay. Doodle Bob.
Legendary episode.
Hands down. It's not even up for debate.
Legendary character.
Yeah. Another antagonist, one of the rare antagonists that's known in the SpongeBob universe, Doodle Bob. So, the episode starts off with an artist, above the sea who drops his pencil under the sea and it lands in Bikini Bottom. It lands in the hands of SpongeBob and Patrick, and they start doing shenanigans. They draw... I think it was meant to be a mustache at first, and then Squidward mistakes it as hair. Then they do a fake Squidward, and they realize, oh, we can create life.
Man, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's how they discover they can create life with this pencil.
The paper is flying off the wall. The fake Squidward is yelling at him.
Oh, they pull pranks.
Right.
Yell the dollar. Yo, they trick Squidward by getting him, he's about to go out. He was feeling himself. They put $1 at his front door, and then they pull the... Yo.
Tricksters.
Over here pranking. And then, when they realize they can create life, the next thing they do is, oh, here's a doodle SpongeBob.
Man.
And we'll pretend like it's the real SpongeBob, and Doodle Bob is nothing like SpongeBob.
Not at all.
First time he sees Squidward, he beats him up.
Yo, he beat the out of him.
He legit, and he threw him back in the house.
He said, get your out our face.
Oh, man, the way he talks, meaning,
no.
Over here sounding like Donnie Thornberry. Over here sounding like an adult Donnie Thornberry. So he just, Doodle Bob,
wreaking havoc.
He causes whatever mayhem, whatever synonym you need to put in there for destruction, chaos. He one starts drawing like a bunch of like booby like the first like booby trap is the hole.
Oh yeah, he drew himself a pineapple house.
Maybe he's in that poorly
because
designed pineapple
SpongeBob
home.
and Patrick are looking for him. So they were like, "Oh, maybe he's in the home." Yeah. They jump into the house and they fall right into a hole.
Yep.
And then there go Doodle Bob. Yo-hoy-hoy.
Throws a wrench down there and it hits.
I forgot about the wrench.
Where's the leak, ma'am?
Yo, his brain was scrambled.
Oh, he was. I'm telling. When he takes the bowling ball and the strikes with his one tooth.
Yo, he was getting beat up.
Oh, Patrick for sure got the damage.
If
it was like a Home Alone style, he for sure would be Harry in this situation.
1000%.
Like, oh, the birthday thing. Happy birthday. Here's your present. Takes the rock and just...
No, that's funny.
Oh, man. No, Doodle Bob was causing some damage. He was making sure that... I mean, Patrick doesn't have many brain cells left. He made sure those two that are in there... He left that episode with a 16th of one left.
Bruh.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. So and I love this too. I didn't even realize this. Let's see if you caught this. When SpongeBob gets a hold of the pencil from Doodle Bob and he erases him and he thinks he's gone, it's just his hand left. Do you know what they were calling back? And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's Terminator.
I was going to say Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, they could do that too, but it's like the cliche thing where like something's left back to know the villain is still alive or something.
Were they weren't the first to do that, were they?
What?
The hand, like, oh, I'm still alive at the end.
I'm sure it's been done in like, the Universal monster movies where it's like, oh, look, like there's a piece left or something like that. But
like Frankenstein.
Right, but it being a legit hand, I feel like for most generations, like that. I don't know, the skeleton robot hand, to me, I think Terminator. It's very cliche where there's something left back and you think and that's another thing too.
Oh, yeah.
For the pacing of the episode, it's really good because like that's the middle of it. You think it's like, after he erases him, oh, this is it. He's like, nah, we still got some more episode left. So then SpongeBob draws himself up like everything in the room and Doodle Bob crawls his way over to SpongeBob's real house. And part 2 of the fight. Like, I'm like, wow. He erases half his house. They end up sparring together with, like, drawing something. And this is something that I would get into the thing I would change. But he realizes paper's the weakness, and that's how they defeat him. So, what was your favorite joke?
When Doodle Bob drew himself a house...
Okay.
Just Doodle Bob himself, the way he's talked. No,
you Doodle, me SpongeBob.
Yo, that was crazy. That
he
was
got
like
smarter.
Planet of the Apes stuff.
Yup.
That was crazy. That's about it, man. And then he was begging for his life or whatever. He was like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And SpongeBob was like, what did you say? Hey, Abbott.
He broke it down. It's like, can you not read? Like,
yeah, that's my favorite joke for sure.
Yo,
that's yours.
Oh, hands down. When Patrick was just getting the shit beaten out of him, like from the bowling, like the wrench was like solid, but it's the bowling with the one tooth.
Yeah.
And he just when the ball hits, he swings it. Doodle Bob swings it, and he gets Patrick the first time, but then the ball falls, and it's a strike, and then the ball falls down, and it's another strike. SpongeBob's like, "You okay, Finland?" I'm like, all right, well, Patrick's out of the game.
Oh, shoot, that's funny.
Now, I mean, I don't know. It's really tricky for meme-worthy. I feel like Doodle Bob in general as a character.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Because he's such an iconic thing, and it's a doppelganger.
And just the language that he speaks.
Yup. And that's another thing, too. Like, his whole persona, his character, how he talks, the fact that it's a doppelganger of SpongeBob, he himself is the meme-worthy. okay?
Yeah, for sure.
And the thing changed. Now, this is something that I'm surprised they didn't take advantage of. So they were clearly drawing things. It's a minor change. But I wish that in the second fight at the house, they maybe drew some weapons. Like, it's like SpongeBob maybe draws a sword instead of fighting with the pencil, or drew something, like or an airplane. Like, literally, you have the power to create anything.
They could have used the pencil more for sure.
Yeah, and, here's the crazy thing. I don't know if you knew this, but I found this out later also. Doodlebob comes back.
I know he does come back for an episode.
Yeah, and I'm like, they better take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So, now, before we get into final thoughts... If we had the power of the pencil in SpongeBob, all right, what character would you create, or what thing would you create in Bikini Bottom?
Oh, Bikini Bottom, wow. I'd create a black character fish, like our logo.
Blackfish.
Like our logo, I would create that. Yeah, I would create that.
Take our logo and plaster it everywhere. I need to see this on subways in New York.
Make him a cool dude. The town would accept him.
There you go. All right.
That's what I would do.
Nice. If I had the pencil, I thought about this. I think I would create... I would create a seahorse, right?
Okay.
Now, hear me out. A celebrity... like, celebrities in SpongeBob have, like, voiced characters. And obviously he passed away, but I think it would have been really cool if they had a seahorse that's a prince voiced by Prince.
Wow.
I don't know. I think...
Wow, that would be interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
That would have been a funny character.
I was like, if there's one person, if they could get Johnny Depp, Scarlett Johansson, who else? They've gotten some big names. I feel like Prince would have done it.
Yeah, that's funny.
A seahorse, because, it goes back to, like, the title of Seahorses in the Sea.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, so a prince voiced by Prince, I'm like, seahorse over here swimming like, all right, now, we're going to go over here. We're just going to swim over to Mrs. Puff's house. But then suddenly, when he
I wonder
gets
what
mad,
type of song he would sing.
Exactly. Oh, man. Not when doves cry. Hold on. Oh, he could sing Little Red Corvette as he's leaving boating school. Or when he tries a Krabby Patty for the first time, I Would Die For You. Yeah. Die for you. Oh, man. Purple Rain. Something over there. I don't know. Oh, if a Pretty Patty, if he tries one, Purple Rain. So, yeah. Any final thoughts?
No, that's all. That was a perfect episode.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be tough when it comes to season 2.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we're getting to the end. Last one next week, so stick with us, and then the countdown, and then season 3. So until next time, this is Jarrett.
This is Kills.
All right, another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter in the bag.
Thanks for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. Don't forget to follow Bikini Bottom Banter on TikTok and Instagram for even more content. Subscribe to them on YouTube and Anchor, plus turn on bell notifications to be updated on their latest episode. And if you've got your own jellyfishing stories or favorite SpongeBob moments, remember to share them with us. You might just hear them on our next episode. So until then, stay bubbly, keep smiling, and remember, subscribe to Bikini Bottom Banter to know all the under the sea.